Hi, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. I am doing the March readings. I'm doing my best to get them out. This will be the 6th reading, and I'm going to be reading for the sign, the beautiful, fiery, passionate sign of Leo. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to tune in. If you're new, I greatly appreciate it. I would love to have you come back on a regular basis. And if you're returning, you know how much it means to me. I'm wanting to build this channel, and I'm going to continue to do my readings, and for as long as I'm able to talk, that's hopefully a long time. And so, yes, thank you for the time. If you like what you're seeing, please push that like button. Please subscribe. There's no cost to it. It's so important for YouTube to generate and to help with the algorithms if they're seeing other people are interested. And it just means a great deal, and I appreciate you in advance, okay? Now, I have a format that I do for those that are new, and it starts with the chakra check, and then I like to run down, I'll probably do the rundown a little bit before and during as well, but I run down for you the importance astrologically, what's happening in the month of March 2025, because it is a very big month, and it's packed full of energies and retrograde and eclipses and things that, they all happen. They've happened since we were born. But this is not as much in 1 month as it is right now. So that in itself is kind of worthy of discussing. But also, as I break it down, letting you know that I find it really exciting and things that can be phenomenal. Okay, because eclipses bring change, and they can quickly bring it in. They can quickly take things out. Perfect example I've used a couple times now for the readings. My neighbor of 30 years. I've been here 22. She's been here 30. She's moving. And then at work, there's a person who's a receptionist. She isn't my receptionist, but she's in the office. She's been there 6 years. Gone. New job. Super happy. Nothing has to be negative, but the changes are real, and it could be so many different things. So, we won't go into that, but it's a general reading for all the beautiful Leos, though I do request and invite you to watch your sun, your moon, your rising or ascendant, and also definitely Venus and Mercury, because the retrogrades happening are Venus and Mercury. So that's important. Where is your placement of that? Like, is it going to be more effective because you have the same, Mercury in the same sign? And I'll tell you right now, the Venus, Mercury, which is already shadow periods in the whole month of February, pretty much starts tomorrow. I'm reading this on February 28th. So it's on. And it lasts through the 13th of April. So 5 weeks or so? That is the ruling planet is Venus, and the ruling planet for the sign of Taurus and Libra is Venus. So right off the bat, Leo, if you know Libras, if you're involved with one, if you have Libra in your chart somewhere, which you can look up very easily and very quickly and for free at astro.com or Cafe Astrology. Those are new, free, they're not new. They're free and they're easy, and you just put in the data, and then you can find out so many more layers about yourself than just your sun, which the sun, of course, is very, very valid and very important. But so I'm making the point that some people feel things more than others, depending on, whether you happen to be in that sign in your chart, or how much of that sign, or what degree, and that sort of thing. We all feel it, though, okay? And so retrograde is exactly that. It is when we tend to internalize things more. It looks as though the planets are moving backwards. That isn't actually happening. Things slow down. There's delays. With the Venus retrograde, the main traits are, when it comes to Venus, is the benevolent planet of love, relationships of all kind, money, magic, feeling good, looking good, just all that's kind of like in a review stage, and you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to do something cosmetically, they say, right smack dab in the middle of a Venus retrograde. You can think about it and plan it, and it's not the end of the world if you've already planned it. I'm just saying if you can not do it, it's fine. And a lot of times it can be perfectly okay. Just one of those things they say, just be cautious about that. Dye your hair bright purple. Like, I would love that. I would be all for it. You would definitely get my vote, but you might regret it later. So things, you could do things that are, what, as they say, just temporary, so to speak, but nothing too permanent, okay, during that time, including a relationship, like if you like somebody and you're just like, oh, this is the one. Okay, that's cool. But just don't feel like you have to tie the knot in Vegas, in a week. Just kind of let it ride its way, go with the flow. A lot of predominance in Pisces during March and April, and actually, excuse me, the eclipses that are happening are in the new set of eclipses that change every 18 months. And it is the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. So the very first eclipse in March is going to be that of the one in Virgo. It's a full moon, and Virgo is very much trait-wise about healing, planning, strategy, releasing when it's the South Node. That's the tail. The North Node is the direction we want to go. The South Node, the tail of the dragon, is what they say. Just to kind of get a picture of it. It's it's the part we want to release, and things around our home are purging in some way or another. The critical side of us. Virgo tends to be critical, but not just of other people and circumstances, but themselves. That's never good. You want to love yourself to the fullest, right, Leo? You get that. Leo, you are ruled by the sun. You are the powerful, beautiful, brightest star. You love to be seen. I put on the royal blue gloves as soon as I knew I was reading for you. The energy is real. It represents the throat, actually, and that's speaking. I mean, you could be an entertainer. You could be, on stage. You definitely are the actor of the zodiac. But more importantly, the royal aspect of it, you have pride. You care greatly about how you come across to people. I mean, the ego's definitely there, and we need our ego, right? You're just this ball of fire, fiery, just ambitious, extremely passionate, very, very, very creative, talented, sign, and you want people to know about it. And I'm proud of you for that. People are drawn to you, but you know that. So yeah, so that's the Venus aspect of it. And then Mercury starts on the 14th or 15th, depending on where you're located, the retrograde. Does happen our whole life as well. Key things to remember about retrogrades in Mercury. Mercury is the fastest planet. It too then slows down, or appears to be going retrograde reverse, but it isn't. It's just things get delayed, okay? Anything that's moving, our minds, our communication can get a little wacky. It's certainly when I'm speaking, it's already happened. I said things that you can't make those things happen if you try, but it's going to happen during a retrograde. The connection of the brain and the mouth, see, the mouth kind of like, ugh. But it's okay. Just double check things you send out and things you write. If you're doing a resume, definitely, make sure you're doing everything to just typical saying, dot your I's, cross your T's, right? Then there's transportation. Inevitably, things can be changed if you're traveling, delays, nothing serious. We all can go through it as long as you have the tools in your, to work with it and to know, okay, no worries. I mean, it's a little annoying, but I can handle it. I can always get through it, and we do. And then lastly is technology. Like this phone might go off any second. I don't know. Those kind of things will happen. I will simply start it up again as many times, and if it takes me a long time to upload this particular month's readings, which I think I'm going to be a couple days latent, I'll be honest with you, it'll all work out though. Okay, so those are the highs and lows, the ups and downs, the realities of the retrogrades, and then lastly we have the eclipse happening in Mars. So that's really, really good for you. That's your fellow fire sign Aries. Mars is retrograde for far too long in your sign too, Leo. It went, it was direct in Cancer back in July, August, whatever. It seems like an entire year ago, longer than normal for sure. And then it went into your sign, going direct, and then it went retrograde on the 6th of December, I believe, and then it went retrograde into Cancer on the 6th of January, and then it just went direct. The building and the momentum of our energy. Oh my gosh, things are going to move. They're going to flow. They're going to, even in retrograde or whatever, things are still going to happen. So you're ready. You're like just let me get through March. And it's going to be all systems go. Okay. And so I'm going to pick Spirit always picks your chakra for the month to focus on. And then I'll put the crystal that goes along with that for you. And I'm just shuffling it under the table. There are 8 total, the 8th being the omnipotent, all connecting consciousness that we're all a part of. And so just shuffling it a couple more times, have no idea, can't see. Ah, yes, your red, passionate, fiery self is coming through. And that's the root and base chakra. That's the foundation. Like when that is stable and energized and feeling whole, it's on, because that's where everything stems from. So I'll read to you what it says specifically. I like to use this as what I call a mantra. So during the month of March, I'll turn it around so you can see it after. Take a snapshot if you want. Just know if you say this in the morning a couple times or throughout the day, you're going to really activate that chakra to work in your favor. And the saying says, the first chakra, the presence of spirit is solidly rooted in my body. I have the right to be here, and my love is abundant in my life. I've said that before. My life is abundant with love, comfort, and vitality. And of course it is. You're Leo. So, yeah, just a little snapshot if it's hopefully clear enough and not too blurry. And so I'm going to use the correlating crystal in my necklace, part of the gift set that comes with it. I just love it so much. And I am a crystal person. The last reading we were using for the third eye, and that is amethyst. Might want to consider that just on a daily basis because it's very healing and very protective, and it has to do with our intuition, which is so strong with Pisces and the North Helm. And in the sun position and the new moon that happened in Pisces, and Venus is it's in Aries now, but it's retrograding, and then it goes back into Pisces. And then, my goodness, what else? Saturn and Neptune. I did say Neptune. So many planets, which is about your imagination and your creativity, and you love that. You are all of those things, Leo. So you're very, very inspired. You're going to be feeling this. You're going to have a lot of downloads of spirituality, I think. Maybe a whole new thought or perception of what you've thought in the past about spirituality or religion. And so let me know, because I'm always interested, and that's why I do this channel. The Marianne's mystical aspect is all metaphysical things. So if you're interested in anything and all that I'm doing, the tarot, the astrology mentions, the lunar aspects, definitely chakras, oracles, the list goes on, runes, tea leaves, all that, all coming through, you're at the right place. So your root chakra charm, crystal-wise, is the red jasper. And it says healthy and strong, key words, because your wealth is in your health. And with these eclipses, they're very, very powerful. 10 times the amount of a normal full moon or new moon, okay? So we start with the full moon in Virgo, all about healing and, and our health, and just like really feeling empowered to take care of, change habits. This is a great time to release, different addictions or habits that you've been doing, and that can be on all levels. It's a blessing. It's coming to you, okay? And then the new moon eclipse in Aries is just the confidence, the strength, the newness. We start Aries season on the 20th. It's what we've been waiting for. And then we have the spring equinox, so forget about it. Sun is coming out. There's longer days. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, we turn the clocks to, on March 9th, spring forward. So it'll be lighter, longer. And I live for that. So here's the jasper. Ooh, I love it. And there's a couple of them, man. But this isn't the jasper. I apologize. The jasper is this one. And it looks kind of it's pretty red. I just can't get over it because, the fiery part of it. It makes so much sense. And thank you, Spirit, for that, because Spirit is always so helpful to me, and I always bless the deck and ask for clear and concise messages. Speaking of which, we get on to the reading now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 6 cards because, time is of the essence right now. I'm behind. I've worked. You don't want to hear about it. It's okay. I'm going to do your reading. It's 6 cards. It's past, present, and future for 3 of them. And then I'm going to clarify that. And I'm going to finish with 2 oracles after that. And I'm going to infuse the reading with this beautiful red jasper to give us that grounded energy. And that Spirit will help me to bring the messages out with clarity and solid presence, okay? So this is a beautiful deck. I love it. It is the cat deck for all of you that, well, you're a cat. Yes, a lion is a cat. And you are the king of the forest, or a queen. That's that royal I was telling you about. Seriously, it's you worked for that. You deserve that. So I'll just lay it out here for you and explain them as we go. Recent past. Forgive me, it's sticking for some reason. Present, future, clarification, clarification, clarification. So this is, the cat tarot. In honor of my beautiful cat, for those who have cats and love cats as I do, the cat's over there infusing this reading and bringing great spirituality. He's a Taurus. He's a beautiful cat named Eclipse. Now, your recent past, the King of Swords. Bum, ba, bum. Speaking of regal and royal. Wow. Well, this is really good because this represents the air element, and you are a fire element. And guess what? Air and fire are extremely compatible. So I'll tell you 2 things that are happening in that regard astrologically. Pluto moved into Aquarius. It wobbled back and forth last year, and it moved into Aquarius, I think it was the 19th of November, and it's going to be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. That's huge. That's such change. That is such... Ruled by Uranus, Aquarius, and Saturn. That was the historical Uranus more modernly. Wow, just out-of-the-box changes, just like thoughts, inventions, Uranus is about technology, so AI and things we're hearing about and just things that we don't even know yet. Healing things, cures for, diseases, just the list goes on. So beautiful, so complimentary for you. And this could also be, well, in that regard, as far as an air sign, it's an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And Gemini has Jupiter in their sign for another 6 months. Well, 3, less than that now, because it's going to be March. On June 9th, Jupiter goes into Cancer. But this is beautiful for you as well, Leo. And this is that part that Jupiter is the benevolent planet that we only get in our sign every 12 years. And then whatever happens then can affect you the next 12 until it comes back. But it's strong, it's beautiful, it's expansive, it's incredible opportunities and things that come out of nowhere sometimes. So this is very, very good for you. Maybe you're involved with the Gemini. The retrograde of Venus brings people back. And it is a time for us to get through and discuss anything having to do with relationships that we need to work through, right? So that we can have the best. And that means a lot to you. You are a lover, Leo. So I like that. Or it is people in higher, statuses such as lawyers, attorneys, doctors, things of that nature. There might be conversations. You might be getting your yearly checkups. Making sure you do that. It is a mature aspect when it's a king. It's justice. It's straightforward information. Those swords don't fool around. They cut out the riffraff and the BS. And so I like that. And you're the same way. You speak from your heart. You speak truth, sometimes to fault, right? It's just like, whoa. Okay. So that's the recent past bringing you into the reading. Your present is the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, a messenger. And the Pentacles are the earth energy. That's the Virgo. You're in tune with this, the first eclipse coming up on the 13th or 14th. That is your sustenance. That's your food. That's your health. That's your anything you can touch and feel, tangible things. your foundation, the base chakra, feeling solid, feeling grounded. Do whatever you need to do during the day. Get the deep breaths, go into nature, literally meditate, do yoga, take a walk. Do something creative, sing. Oh, singing. Listen to music you love. That's really important. But the night is going to bring forth something, and it could have a lot to do with money. Yeah, because even though Venus is in retrograde, and it's like, watch your money. Don't, and with Virgo especially, like, don't go crazy. They're very, they're very practical. This is here and that's there, and they're very, capable of planning and figuring things out well before other people. Intelligent, just grounded. The base child, just staying rooted, not feeling like you have to overdo it like you tend to do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you're very generous, so you want to rein that in just a little bit, okay? But messages about maybe opportunities coming through, so I love that for you. Okay, the night is the slowest moving night. However, when it is brought to you and it's happening, it's long term. So I really like that for you and for everybody that ever pulls any kind of pentacle, and certainly the night. So yeah, it's steadfast. It's for the long term. It has to do even with what am I trying to say? When you have a I don't know, the family, heritage you could be inheriting. It has to do with that sort of thing. So moving on to your future, we have strength, of course, because that's your card, Leo, along with the sun. The strength card represents you, and it shows a lion. It shows a woman on the Rider-Waite, Smith, gracefully putting her hand in a lion's mouth. Okay, like who does that? Somebody that has complete faith in their spirituality, in their conscientious awareness of, intuitively knowing when to do that and when not to do that, and knowing that you have the ability to, I would say, work with animals. Animals are going to be predominant in the month of March. I mean, there's a lot of talk about maybe adding a new animal and adopting. I mean, just remember I said that, okay? Because I'm finding out my son and his girlfriend just did. And they have a lot of animals, okay? So I did not expect that, but it's the cutest dog. A lot of animals need that. So strength, the 8, that's the abundant number in numerology. That is abundance and prosperity. So there you are. You're just like, I can do this. And I've got my root chakra set and balanced. And I've been through a lot. We all have. There's the infinity sign, little sign on the little, what's it called? Collar. I love this. So yeah, you are strong anyway. People are always look to you and think, and whether you do or not, you don't have to let us know. But I'm sure there are times, but no, you're very confident. I love you for that. I have 2 Leo brothers. Well, I had 2 Leo brothers. And in honor of my brother that I lost 8 years ago on the 24th of February, he did take his life. And I know it's not something I normally would bring up, I apologize, but he was a Leo, and he was amazing, and he lives in our hearts, and he's so much there and so very missed. And that 8 years went by like this. So yeah, time is crazy that way. But I've built my strength up and come to understand it, because it's a lesson yet again that I never thought I would have to learn. But there's so many of us now, and life does go on. And he was a world-renowned magician. So Daryl, the magician's magician, is his name. And you can look and find him on YouTube. He did the close-up magic. But the strength. And he had very, very, very deep depression and stuff. So just be aware, be in tune with yourself, and never feel like you can't ask for help or that sort of. Have the strength if you're feeling like you need to reach out. And then we have, to clarify, the King of Swords. We have the 8 of Cups, and I saw this for the first time the other day in a while. I hadn't brought out. It's another 8. Wow, this is a lot. This says a lot to me anyway. But 8 is beautiful, and it's power and it's strength, and it's like I said, it's the infinity. It's forever, you know, it's continual and eternal. And you're moving away from emotional baggage, like you're really ready to separate yourself, because this is the Eight of Cups, and the Ninth Cup is the wish fulfillment, and cups are the emotions. Cups are the water elements, Piscean energy, forgiving, you know, nurturing, selfless, loving. Pisceans want to have everybody in the world loving each other and nothing else, okay? Literally. You know, with you, it's like, you're mine, I will put you on a pedestal when you're in love, or any kind of relationship. It's like, you just spoil them rotten, right? But you two have emotion. It's a different form, if I may say so, but you might have water in your chart is what could also this means. But my point to you is, you're ready to move away from the emotional things that have not suited you for I don't know how many years, or you know, maybe 10 minutes. It's not working, and you know you're going to fill that Ninth Cup, okay? And it feels good. It's like a new direction. It's the eclipse energy, promise you. So yeah, releasing the things that don't work and just moving in the direction you want to work and go. So I love that. I really do. That's strength, and it's that part of you, that the heart. I mean, your heart is, like I said, you're so passionate, and yeah. So present, Knight of Pentacles, clarification, Page of Swords. So you've got the Knight of Pentacles that has to do with money and, you know, ideas and building and maybe investing in different ways, always advised, right? And then you have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is ideas. Once again, it's the air element, right? Conversations, you know, communication, it's always very much a part of any air sign that you'll meet. You know, they love to talk, they love to express, they love to learn, they love to teach. But it's the youthful part. It's like this brand new introduction or thought or person or child. I mean, a lot of you could be discussing having a child, or you know you're going to be a father or mother, and you're just like, oh my God, and setting aside money and just getting the message of, okay, this is the best way to do that. Getting the information from a banker or whatever. This, like I said, the King of Swords, clear information that's going to help you greatly. And remembering, of course, that childlike inner child in you, and laughing. And when things are stressful, and they get stressful, right? Because we let that happen. That's our mind again. Just saying, I'm going to let it go. I just want to have fun today. I've got the strength to just say, I can put this behind me for the time. I'm not saying avoid it. I'm just saying, just like, let's just laugh. Let's watch a, you know, comedy show on TV. Anything you can do, because boy, is laughing healing. You can feel it. I mean, it's really good for your core. And then strength, to clarify that, you have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is the one where, you know, you've got this. Look at this. I love this. It's a whole different vibe on this one. Usually the 5 is like you're halfway to 10. 10 is the best. Pentacles are the earth element again. It's, you know, money, it's sustenance, it's feeling like you're worthy and you have enough, and, you know, even if it's materialistic, and somehow, you know, as a Leo, it's very important to you. You know, the shiny objects as well. You'll admit it, I'm sure. I mean, I know not every single Leo, but mostly that matters, and I think you're reviewing that. But I also feel like, in some way, you feel like, oh man, I feel like maybe I should be further along, kind of thing, you know? Or, you know, somebody said something to you at one point in your life. It's one of those things where it was something said that made you feel less than. That's crazy. That's hearsay. Talk the talk that makes you feel good, and say it every single day. I'm worth it. I love myself profoundly. And that's what's going to come across to other people. And know there's people there to support you, okay? When you're feeling this way, don't feel like you have to, don't hold it in, okay? I just told you about my brother and how, you know, as gregarious as he was troubled inside, but it was hard. It was hard for him to reach out, but there are people, and you've got that strength, okay? So I'm not saying anything that detrimental. All I'm saying is that yeah, it's thoughts and stuff. And as soon as they come in, really address them and talk to somebody and say, you know what, I'm feeling this way. I need to express myself. Okay? So I love the reading. I really do. This is temporary, of course, because our thoughts can do great things and they can also do things that aren't that healthy at times. So being aware of that, we can change that. We can't change a lot of things, and expect the unexpected in March, Leos. But I'm going to finish your reading with your couple of oracle messages, if I may, and they're going to be three messages, just a couple of words per card to kind of give you that insight and a little bit more of a culmination to the reading. And once again, if you like what you're seeing, you could do me a world of good so that I can reach 1,000 subscribers, which sounds like a huge amount. But then when I get there, then I'm going to want to do the 2 and the 5 and then eventually the 100,000. So, I'm not stopping, but you can be very instrumental by subscribing and liking. It's really that simple. So I would greatly appreciate that. And, just know that it's free, and it's just you're a generous person. All of the people that watch my channel, I know, have that kind of heart. You just may not know the impact it has, so that I need to be the salesperson in that regard without selling anything per se, because you don't have to buy anything. You just have to watch my videos, and I appreciate that. So the 3 messages from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is tick-tock. Time's a ticking, but don't feel pressured by that, okay? Because it's always been ticking, and in fact, time is man-made in a lot of ways. It's far different in the spiritual world. It's not as linear, trust me. And so just don't get caught up by that, but it's number 3, so there's progression, there's growth, there's working with others. Yeah, you're ready for this. This is the beginning of the year, like I said, in March. It's a fabulous month. So many times in my life, my initiation started in March. That's the honest truth, because I have records of everything pretty much, from the jobs I had as a younger person. And my life is tick-tocking away for sure. So, yeah, just to keep in mind, not feeling rushed, quite the opposite, but just preparing. And knowing that once the retrogrades are moving forward, it's on. It is hit the ground running kind of energy. So enjoy your time to relax a little bit too. Then we have To the Sea. Ooh, this is number 7. That's a spiritual number. Maybe you're planning a trip. Maybe you need to get out to the ocean in the sun because it's coming out. It's very, very healing. I know a lot of people love the ocean. I lived in a city that had an ocean, Santa Cruz, California, and I still have relatives and friends that do live there, but it's really, it could have to do with water in your bathtub is what they're showing here, but bottom line, it says sea. So something about a vacation, maybe something about going overseas, some contact, maybe online, because you can visit and have the whole world, which is phenomenal, right? So then also we have the Fates. Oh, 17, one of my favorite numbers, and it turns into an 8, 7 plus 1. There you go again. That's your third 8. Something very, very fated, destined. And that brings me to the child card again, too, because when that happens, that's a full life transformation. And if it's not a child or maybe an animal type of thing, I mentioned, bringing in a new pet into your life, it's so, there's nothing like it, right? Companionship, that I think a lot of Leos I've ever known really love animals too, to be honest. So, well, that's those. And then the last one I'll do is a card representing love, because Venus is all about love. It's about self-love, like I said. And I hope that you have that for yourself, because that's the best way that you can love others, when you genuinely love yourself. The good and the bad, right? Because we all have the shadowy aspects that are like, oh, I'm so horrible. No, you're not. You're human. We're spirits, but we are human. Just don't be that on a regular basis. I mean, at least make an attempt to say, well, I hope that's the lesser part of me. But it's there. Take me as I am, right? So, oh my goodness. Accept your own divinity. Everything is a manifestation of God. When you know that the power that is life is inside you, you accept your own divinity. And yet you are humbled because you see the same divinity in everyone else. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're all in this together, you know. No one's any better than another. I don't even know where that ever started, but that's, yeah, it's slowly but surely becoming a conscious and realizing, yeah, we're all on the same playing field. We really, truly are. So thank you. I won't take any more of your time. I do appreciate and love you, Leos. So take good care. Come back for your April reading. And yeah, until next time, enjoy, okay? Bye for now.